takes a little while for it to. Okay, now we are live.
All
So,
right.
Lourdes, why don't you go ahead and talk a little bit about your piece tonight and kind of tell us what we can expect.
Okay, so I'm Lourdes Duarte with WGN-TV. I anchor the 5 o'clock newscast. And so tonight at 9 p.m., we actually have a story about a group of moms. They started this project called the Fourth Trimester Project, Bodies Project. And basically, it's pictures of some of the mothers with their babies breastfeeding, or perhaps they might be in their underwear, kind of showing what a body might look like of a mom or a lady who just had a baby within the last few months. And so those pictures have been flagged apparently by people who are on these social media sites as inappropriate. And the moms are saying that there's nothing pornographic about their pictures, that they're very tasteful, and they want Facebook to sort of allow them to put their page back up, their original page. They've now created a second one, and to quit flagging their pictures. So the question becomes, are their pictures a little bit too sexy? Are they too racy? What do you think about it? Are there pictures that maybe Facebook should be flagging? So just wanted to talk to you a little bit on this Google Hangout to see what you thought. I know a lot of you might be watching, maybe not joining the conversation, so it's important for you to join the conversation so that we know what kind of questions we want to answer and what you're interested in. So that's sort of the basic idea behind the story. Like I said, it airs tonight at 9 p.m. Right here on WGN. Elise Russo, our interactive news producer, is here with me, so I don't know if she has any questions for me, Elise.
Well,
Hi, Elise.
Hello. Actually,
Hey.
we did get a question from a viewer who's watching, and this question is from Brandon Harris, and he says, were the pictures, so the pictures that this group, were the pictures flagged, or did they actually get a verified message from, like, Mark Zuckerberg? That's what they
Were
wanted.
flagged, and then Facebook started looking into the pictures and eventually sent them a picture saying that they were suspended and they were being pulled from the page. And so what happened was that I guess each time a picture gets flagged, the social networking site will maybe block your entire page, sometimes for a few hours, sometimes for a few days. They've been blocked for as much as a few weeks each time a picture is flagged, to the point that eventually Facebook just unpublished their page, deleted it. They had nothing there, so they had to start from scratch, and now they're taking different measures to see what kind of pictures they post on there so that it doesn't happen to them again, because at this point they've got about 15,000 likes, which is a lot, and they don't want to lose all those folks who are trying to follow them.
Right. I guess, and their page is back up now. So were they suspended temporarily, or?
So their initial page was completely banned, completely unpublished by Facebook. It's no longer on there. If you try to find it, you wouldn't. So what they did to get around it was they started a second page, and instead of posting the pictures that they're taking, they are putting links to them. So you click on the link and it'll take you to the page that has a picture. But you lose a little bit of traction that way, because, you know, in Facebook you're sharing pictures. You know, if you share my picture, maybe that might get me more likes and more attention, whereas if it's a link, sometimes it doesn't get as much attention as you would like.
Right. So I guess my question is, if those pictures are getting banned, what other, if those should be allowed, where do you draw the line? What kinds of photos should be banned, and what kinds of photos should be allowed? Because I know recently Facebook decided that there would be no beheading photos. Obviously, that's at the other, like, extreme end of the spectrum. But the question, so the question is, where do you draw the line? What should be allowed? What shouldn't be allowed? And just like reporting out the story, did you come to an opinion about any of that, or
So that's a really good question, because in this case, if you look at Facebook's community standards page, where they will list what's allowed and what's not allowed, they say that breastfeeding is allowed, which is what we see in a lot of these pictures. It might be a mom breastfeeding their child. In some of the pictures, you do see a baby's bottom. In some cases, the kids are maybe 2-3 months old. So I wondered if maybe that was the issue, the fact that you see somewhat of a naked baby. According to the folks from the Fourth Trimester Bodies Project, they say that that's not the issue, or that they don't think that that's the issue, because some of the pictures that were flagged did not contain a baby's bottom. And number two, they say that they've seen ads or other pictures posted on Facebook where there's a baby's bottom shown in the picture. So they don't think that that's the case. They just think the pictures were flagged, and so immediately that sort of sends off a red flag to Facebook, and they get automatically dropped.
Oh.
So it's not clear what the line is or where the line is. Obviously, they've got a number of different guidelines, but it seems like in this case, these pictures don't fall under that.
So I actually have some. Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt. I have somebody who's trying to join. The same person who actually asked our question. And I just wanted to say, if you are trying to join our Google Plus Hangout right now, you can find the Hangout on the WGN News Google Plus page. We've posted it several times, and that is where you would be able to find it and get on. So
is it WGNTV.com/hangout? Is that where they go, Elise?
You know, actually, and I'm trying to punch in that Hangout, that redirect right now, and it's not working. Okay. So it was working earlier today, but it seemed, you know what, I'm gonna try to update it right now. Hang on a second.
Of course, we're trying to work out all the kinks. This is something new that we're trying here at WGN, so it'll take us a few times to get it right, but we'll get it eventually. But I'm glad that people are joining the conversation and want to be a part of it. I think it can be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I guess while I'm trying to figure this out on the technical end, I wondered if this group had talked to any other groups, either related to
maybe breastfeeding or moms who might be posting some pictures that are a little racy, right?
What are they hearing from the community? Does the community are they upset, or are they, do they understand? What's kind of the reaction?
Yeah, I mean, they realize that it's a controversial story, and it's no secret that in the past there have been issues from folks who think that mothers shouldn't breastfeed in public. So maybe that has something to do with why the pictures are being flagged. Who knows? They've tried repeatedly to get in touch with somebody from Facebook, but as you know, Elise, it's incredibly difficult. I mean, they're getting requests and help information constantly, so it's not very easy to get through them. They've even hired an attorney who sent a letter to Facebook to try to find out or appeal their case so that they can get that old page back, because all those likes that they had on the initial page, they're gone unless they are now trying to follow them on the new page. So they're trying to figure something out, but haven't quite gotten anywhere so far with Facebook. And it looks like we've got somebody on the line here.
My dear friend Mike Baker. Hi, Mike.
How you doing?
Hi, Mike.
Hello.
Thanks
How's it going?
On.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm curious about this subject.
Okay,
yes.
What do you think?
Well, remember that Facebook is owned by a private individual, so it's not really up to us. I mean, if we like Facebook, we continue with it. If we don't, although the subject in hand, what do you think about what happened Sunday, about the No Pants Day?
No Pants Day, yeah, that's. I like the point that you bring up, actually, about that it is a private company. So if they want to pull your page or my page or anybody's page off their site, I guess they can really have the right to do that, and they can pull anybody off that they want. The problem becomes that so many companies and so many not-for-profits and groups have relied so much on social media, because it is really the best way to get the message out in these days, that becomes difficult to do that if your page is getting blocked. So where else do you go? They said Instagram, which is also partnered with Facebook, they were having issues on that page as well. So they're trying to find other sites that they can use that have as much pull and attention as Facebook, and sometimes that's hard to do. I mean, at the end of the day, Facebook is a big winner in the social media world.
Yes, I think that's really true, and that's like where we see most of our audience. I think that's why we are still having trouble getting, people that come to our Hangouts, because there's just not as much mass on Google.
Right.
And so I don't know, but to answer, or at least, Mike had mentioned the No Pants Day. So there were a lot of no pants photos on Facebook on Sunday. And were those appropriate? And it's like those are being allowed on Facebook, whereas a woman breastfeeding her child is not allowed on Facebook. It's sort of, I don't know. I don't
know how racy were the pictures that you saw on No Pants Day, Elise. You probably saw a lot more than I did.
They were, I didn't see any nudity, full nudity. I would say I did not see any full nudity, but there's still questionable. I mean, women in their underwear and men in their underwear riding the train. I mean, that's what it is. There actually there's somebody that joined the call named Rock. We're not seeing any video. Can you hear us?
I see a red box, and now I think I see
I'm trying to pull him up.
Picture.
I'm not sure if he's just listening or I don't know if he wants to troubleshoot. You can I've got the chat open, so Rock, if you're trying to troubleshoot, let me know. Oh, and he's gone. Well,
yeah, he's gone.
We tried.
Okay. But I do wonder, and I tried to reach out to Facebook, obviously. I called their PR agency, which, let me see here, Outcast Communications, and left a message with them telling them that I was trying to work on this story so that they can give me a better idea as to what the guidelines are for the types of pictures that you post on there. But nobody got back to me. I called a couple of times. I don't know if they just don't want to talk about it, or they're that busy that they can't get back to us. So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a combination of both. I think.
How difficult is it to get through to somebody from Facebook, at least? I don't know.
Very difficult. You've got to know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody to actually get something done.
Have we ever had any of our pictures flagged, or do you know of anybody who has had a picture flagged and maybe they've been, taken offline for a little bit?
I don't know of anybody that has personally. Oh, Brandon is trying to get on. Sorry, I just got a question from Brandon. Brandon, if you're watching, I did fix the link that WGNTV.com/hangout should take you to this hangout. So if you're watching, try WGNTV.com/hangout. And and he says that he's going to contact Mark Zuckerberg to see
see if something happens.
to see why he's doing this. So that's good. Mark, if you can, or Brandon, if you can jump on the call still. I'm sorry you're having issues. But I haven't heard of anybody personally having an issue or getting their photos pulled down. But obviously, I've heard of it. I mean, they're doing the story on it because this is what's happening.
Sure, it's happening to these moms. So
yeah.
But hopefully with this new page that they've created, they won't have as many issues. Like I said, they're finding a way around it. So if they post just the link instead of the picture, that's a way to get around the whole issue and their pictures don't get flagged. But is that as effective as what they were doing before? Your guess is as good as mine. Probably not.
Probably not. I don't know.
They haven't had any issues on Twitter, though. They went on Twitter. They've got a page on there. None of their pictures have been flagged or pulled from Twitter. So
interesting.
We'll see. I thought I saw a story the other day about, and let me look it up real quick and see if was it a woman who's posted some weight loss pictures who were flagged?
Yes, I know what you're talking about. She was standing. She lost a ton of weight, and she was standing in it was a pair of pants. And she fit in one leg of the pair of pants. She'd lost so much weight. And that photo was flagged and pulled. Now,
did they shut down her page, though? No.
They did not shut down her page, but the post itself, they pulled it. They said it wasn't necessarily because the photo was quote-unquote offensive. It was because, I believe, because it was for an advertiser, that she had done this for some sort of monetary purpose. This was like a, for dieting,
gotcha.
That kind of deal. So I don't know really. So it's very similar, but I also think that was part of the deal was that it was
issue.
That was part of the issue.
Well, I mean, I guess maybe could you argue that these folks might be making money from the pictures that they're taking, and maybe that's why Facebook flagged them? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, that seems kind of like a stretch because there are other pictures that are still left on the site that they don't have a problem with. So,
Brandon, welcome to the call.
Thank you.
I'm so glad you were able to make it. I'm sorry for the. We're still new to this, so
we're trying to figure it out.
Me too.
So I see a picture of you, Brandon. Do you have video capabilities too, or no?
You can't see my video?
No, all I see is your face.
How about now?
Just like a still picture.
There you are.
There you are. Hey, Brandon.
Welcome to the
How you doing?
conversation.
You did it!
And we've got Mike also here with us.
Yes. Yeah, Mike here.
What's up, Mike?
And I'm Elise.
Hey, Elise.
Hello.
So, Brandon, do you have any questions?
I think I asked the first question. I heard what you guys were talking
Yeah.
about. So Facebook is kind of funny that way, where like currently right now they've banned me from friending any more people. I think it's
Okay.
the
Did you reach your limit, or you're not allowed to friend anyone?
I just had so many people friend me at once, and so they're like, you got to have your friends slow down. I'm like, well,
How do you
I
do
do that?
Yeah.
But it's not like we're Google Hangouts where you can doesn't matter how many people you circle. And I think it's primarily because of the security issues that are going on right now all over the United States. Mark Zuckerberg is very careful on what he puts out there and what he allows on his network, because his own account has been hacked before by a messaging or whatever. So he tries to keep everything as secure as possible so he doesn't get in trouble. Because it always runs from the top down.
Right.
So if he's letting things on his network that basically shows other people that he approves of that, and then they look at him a certain way and say, hey, Mark, why did you let whatever half-naked women on Facebook? Or which I think's ridiculous. I mean, it's a woman breastfeeding.
Mike and Brandon, if you get a chance to type on it's called the Fourth Trimester Bodies Project, and you can see some of the pictures on there. And I don't know, you tell me if you think they're too much.
My sister took pictures. I think women do that when they're pregnant with their babies, and I mean, it's just something that women do. I don't think that they're going, oh, look, it's a porno site. I think I think it's something beautiful, and it should be shown. There's just a lot of very right-winged folks, sorry if you are, or if you're not, I don't know, that have a different viewpoint. I think people need to lighten up a little bit.
Yeah, so maybe they're flagging the pictures, and that triggers Facebook to then block the page, and if it happens more than once, then that leads to other issues to the point where eventually the page gets pulled.
Precisely. I mean, you only need a couple bad seeds in the bunch to make it happen.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and she says that the first time it happened, that they flagged a picture. Her page was blocked or shut down for 24 hours. And the second time it happened, it was 3 days. Then it was 12 hours. Then it was 30 days. Then it was 74 days that they couldn't access their page.
Right.
And after that, Facebook just unpublished it, shut it down, and they've never been able to retrieve that page. And so, and she brings up a good point. All those likes that I had generated through whatever the 6 months that I had this page, those are all gone. So I created a new page, and if I'm lucky, those old folks will come to this new page. But how do you reach out to them?
It's hard, and I mean, social media takes so much time. I mean, I'm not in it professionally, but just as I do it as pleasure, it takes up a lot of your day. Especially if you're concerned with, I get concerned because I'm like, oh no, now this person's going to think that I don't like them because I didn't follow them back or say thank you or whatever.
That's a good point.
So it takes up a lot of your time, and so I can feel her frustration because it's like, oh my gosh, I just had 20,000 likes. Now the page is gone.
Back to
I gotta
zero.
It's like rebuilding your house. It's like, oh my god, it's like a storm came through and I got to redo it.
Right.
It happened to Soldier Boy. He's one of my friends on Facebook. They banned his Facebook. He had like over 1 million likes. And then he's like, I need a new Facebook page. I'm like, you're gotta be kidding me. So it hasn't just happened to her. It's happened to me. It's happened to many, celebrities. It's just the way Facebook is. They've always been that way, which it's kind of funny because I asked Mark. I'm like, wait a minute. You hacked. That's how you invented Facebook. You hacked Harvard's main website. But now, when other people want to friend people, you have the security that they can't do this and do that. I don't get it. But I think, like I said before, he's looking at the bigger picture, like maybe Apple coming to purchase them or something else where it might not appeal to them, the certain type of criteria they have on their website. It's like, for instance, someone told me, they're like, oh, you need to have 2 different websites, one for your social and one for your business. I go, I can barely take care of my one.
Yeah.
So
Isn't that all of us, right?
I know. If people don't like who I am, then oh well. I'm not going to be one person at work and then one person over here. It's just then I got to Then I got to worry about like what I lied about. It's like, wait a minute, did I say that or did I say this? I don't.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, what? I have nothing to hide. It's like I don't care.
I think it's interesting too. So Facebook is this way, but we were talking earlier. I don't know if you heard this part, Brandon, but we were talking like Twitter hasn't blocked any of the photos. Google Plus is pretty open. You know, so is Facebook kind of? This is they're just really being more, I don't know, wanting to censor more. But otherwise, Twitter and Google Plus and maybe some other smaller social networks are just kind of letting whatever out there. I mean, is that should Facebook just do that and let whatever, or you know, like or I don't know. I just think it's
yeah. Go ahead. I think people. To answer your question, I think people should use their own judgment. I mean, we kind of know as human beings what should be on there and what shouldn't, right? Mm-hmm. These pictures are kind of in a gray area where it's like you're arguing politics. And to me, it's ridiculous. It's like what I heard on the news. Somebody was complaining about bringing a baby to a restaurant, was crying. I'm like, really?
Yeah,
it's a baby.
I know.
It's a baby, you know. And if don't go out and eat them, because there's families that are struggling that can barely get any time together, and then to go eat a meal together, they can't afford a babysitter too. It's like what? I don't get that. So it's the same thing. You know, like you were saying before, beheadings and pornography. There's a place for that. It's not on Facebook. It's not on Google. You know, they have the porn websites and the whatever, the Al Qaeda websites for that. I think this is an area where I think it's ridiculous. I don't understand why he's doing it. And maybe he doesn't even know. Maybe it's the security team being extra cautious.
And chances are that this is, you know, just protocol. You get flagged, you get shut down for 24 hours. The second time you get flagged, it's 3 days, and nobody's really watching it or seeing, you know, is there any legitimate concern to flag these pictures? Maybe it's just kind of like a standard, you just do it whenever somebody complains about a picture.
You'd be surprised, you know. A lot of this isn't done by human beings. They have a computer software that they hit, you know, complain or whatever, and then if it gets so many, it generates a flag, and just like Lourdes said, it just shuts it down and gives it an automatic, unless they know about it. So there are many ways on Facebook, if you go through it, because I've had to do it. I'm like, why am I banned again? And again and again. And I'm banned again for like 14 days now. I'm like, whatever. So I just tell people, you have to friend me, I can't friend you. I've had to shut my page down like 6 times already. But so I just say, if you go on to the Facebook website.
So why do they ban you, Brandon? Is it something that you're posting, or?
It's just too fast. They said you got to slow down. I'm like, I can't help it.
Well, I'm gonna have to check out your page now. I'm intrigued.
Well, on the one page, it's facebook.com/hitmanapproves, and that's my page. I've got like, I don't know, 4,000 likes or something now. But on my regular one, it's just Brandon Hitman Harris. So Facebook.com.
I see you.
And you can friend me. I just can't friend you right now. So I've had to shut it down. Now I only have like 200 or 300 friends back. Hello.
Oh, we've had somebody else join the conversation. Hi, Leslie.
Howdy.
Hey.
What's up, Leslie?
Hey, Leslie.
Hello. Hello, everybody.
How are you? Hi.
Oh, good. How about you?
Good. Where are you? Are you here in Chicago?
Yes, I am.
Turn my lights
All right. Did you have any questions about our little conversation that we've got going here? Leslie?
Unless you want to
I'll
stay
be
here.
over there.
Well, maybe her video.
Yes, I'm actually
Go ahead
trying
and come
to
back.
speak out about the whole, what is that, the banding?
Yeah, the 4th Trimester Bodies Project. What did you want to say about it? Did you have questions, or?
No, I actually wanted to state a comment because I can't believe how is it Facebook's trying to ban something like that. I mean, to me, I feel like it's very, you know, natural and it's beautiful. Everyone has been breastfed some point in their life. And, you know, I've seen more worse out there on Facebook than, you know, about these women and their photos. And I've actually personally reported many photos that were very inappropriate. And then, like, a day later, I would receive an email saying, oh, well, they didn't find it inappropriate. So, I mean, I don't know then, you know, like, what's the whole big point? Like, they should be fair and square in reality.
Sure. Yeah, and the thing is that we can't get an answer from Facebook as to why they find these pictures inappropriate. So the group of ladies, they'll get an email or a post from Facebook saying, we find this inappropriate, and so this picture needs to be taken down, or we're taking this picture. But it's not clear where is the inappropriate. Is it that there is a child without any clothes, a baby, maybe showing a baby's bottom, or is it that they're breastfeeding, or is it just the pictures are in black and white and they don't like that? I mean, we don't know what the exact reason is for them, pulling those pictures.
Oh, okay. No, I thought, because that's what I heard. I think it was on the news about the breastfeeding, and then I was seeing comments about that. That's why, if that was what it is, that's what made me upset.
Yeah, a lot of the pictures are of women breastfeeding, so they think that that's part of the reason why they're being blocked. But again, Facebook isn't answering, so we don't know if that's the real reason or if it's just a computer that goes through and bans anything that gets flagged. And that could be that maybe Facebook doesn't monitor these pictures, and so if a flag comes up, they just automatically ban it and pull it off the site. Your guess at this point is as good as mine. We've tried calling them and reaching out to them, but nobody's getting back to us.
Okay, yeah, because like I actually stated before that I had reported, like many photos that were like very inappropriate, and then I would receive an email saying, oh, well, they didn't find it inappropriate, so they didn't ask that person, to delete the photo or anything like that. That's why, yeah, that's upsetting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I think we're going to
guys.
maybe wrap it up. I don't know, Lourdes, what you want to go. I don't know if anyone has any last questions before we kind of wrap it up.
I don't have a question. I don't have a question. I was just going to let you know that I'll contact Mark and see what's going on.
Yeah, that'd be great. Let us know if you get any response back. I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, the best way to get some stuff done is through Twitter, because that's how the president, that's how we petitioned the gun law. So if you guys just keep twittering, if Mark Zuckerberg's account and then Randy has an account, but Finkd, F-I-N-K-D, is Mark's. And then so it's F like Frank, I like Igloo, N like Nancy, K like Kite, D like Dog. That's Mark. That's Mark.
Okay.
And then Randy's is just Randy, R-A-N-D-I Zuckerberg. Yeah, and that's hers. And then I have a friend that works at the White House, so I will tweet out to her and see if we can get an answer.
Thank you, Brandon. Thank you. And thank you
guys.
Mike and Elise, for being a part of the conversation. So the story airs tonight at 9 o'clock on WGN. So it'll probably air about 9:40, and it's one of our cover stories tonight. So hopefully you guys get a chance to watch it and see some of the pictures and see what you think about it.
Cool.
Okay?
All of you will keep your clothes on.
Yes, yeah, we will be fully clothed, I promise.
Darn.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Alrighty, bye.
Bye. Nice meeting you all.
Likewise.
Oh, yeah, you too. Bye-bye.
Ciao.